Check, check. Testing, testing. Yes, it looks like it's working. Hi, my name is Grant Montgomery. This is my presentation, Combating Piracy in the 21st Century, for the Perspectives of Music and Society course, spring of 2018. Would you believe that over a third of all internet users polled across 13 different countries have admitted to accessing copyright infringing music over the last 6 months? Well, it's the truth. And according to Felix Richter over at Statista.com in an April 2017 poll. With music piracy so prevalent and widespread as ever, how do the artists and record labels remain profitable? From the beginning of mainstream music piracy, roughly 20 years now, lawsuits against users and file sharing services have done little to discourage pirates. But despite that, current musical streaming technologies and increased desire for physical goods and unique live experiences are still allowing artists and record labels to remain profitable. In 1998, the music piracy scene was about to become a whole lot easier. Before this, ripping CDs into MP3 files and burning them onto discs was cumbersome and took a lot of time. Of course, I still did it, but in 1998, Napster was born, which eventually hosted 20 million users sharing files directly with each other by March of 2000. The next month, April of 2000, heavy metal superstars Metallica sued Napster after an early version of their track, I Disappear, was leaked onto the service. Then, in 2003, the Recording Industry Association of America brought suits against 261 American users, which were often preposterous with their claims of monetary damage, like a $500,000 lawsuit against a mother because her teenage daughter had downloaded some songs. How many songs do you need to download on the old 56K modem to come anywhere near that amount of damage? This heavy-handedness certainly had an effect on customers' view of the RIAA, and it explains their apathy towards pirating, which, by the way, only has become easier over the years despite the RIAA's efforts. So if lawsuits aren't going to work, what then? Well, of course, you go with the flow of technology, not against it. Use the high-speed internet of the late 2000s and early 2010s and start streaming music to computers and smart devices. Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play Music, Amazon Music, all of these are household names now, and many of us have multiple of these apps to bring us the idea of radio into the 21st century in our pockets. You can listen with ads for free, just like regular radio. You can pay a small monthly subscription and not have any ads and get to listen to whatever you want anytime. Joshua Friedlander of the RIAA notes that in 2016, quote, estimated retail revenues from recorded music in the United States grew 11.4% to $7.7 billion. The primary driver of that growth was a doubling of paid subscription streaming music services, which helped the American music business experience its biggest gain since 1998. Well, that's all well and good for the RIAA, but digital streaming of music does not earn the artists much themselves. For example, Apple Music pays less than 0.8 of a cent for each playthrough of your song. That means 1,000 plays of your song would earn you $8. You'd have to have hundreds of thousands or millions of plays to make any sort of decent money like that. So the artists do what they've always done. They're going to sell you some cool stuff and get you into a concert venue for a unique live concert experience. Let's talk about vinyl. Keith Caulfield of Billboard magazine says that in 2017, that was a 12th straight year for growth for vinyl album sales. And that vinyl accounted for 8.5% of all album sales that year. Those hipsters, they sure do love the superb sound quality and gorgeous full-size artwork that the medium offers. But even if you're not into vinyl, most albums that come out today are offered in a number of different packages, from deluxe editions of the album with bonus songs. We got packages including t-shirts, autographs, other goodies, and of course live shows are an experience that you can't pirate. Even if you got a copy of the show recorded with somebody's cell phone, it's not the same. Ticket prices for the most popular acts can be astronomical, but even with the more down-to-earth prices, the bands are taking home a portion of that ticket cost, as well as a portion of drink sales, and of course any merchandise that they may sell you at the concert as well. Piracy is still a thorn in the side of the record industries, and by proxy the artists themselves. But as we've seen, some creative thinking has allowed the labels and bands to remain profitable. Not by suing people, that's not the answer, but by embracing the change of streaming music and offering a great value and experience with vinyl albums and live concerts. Listening to music legally has never been cheaper or easier, and consumer demand for physical goods and experiences are still on the rise. We are currently in a good place with regards to these things, but I am curious and maybe even a little frightened to see what the record industry tries next. Thanks.